Think your morning commute is bad now? Try sharing the road with a two-ton Glyptodon. Imagine your car's bumper tapping against the giant shell of an ancient armored tank on legs. Or maybe you think a bear is the scariest thing you could encounter in the wild. Nope, picture a shark, the size of a bus megalodon waiting just offshore. And if you thought pigeons were annoying, Argentavis, an ancient bird with a wingspan of 23 feet, would make you feel like a snack at a picnic. This video dives into the mind-boggling reality of what life would be like if these creatures never went extinct. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join our community of curious minds, because what you're about to discover will blow your imagination wide open. Let's start on land. Imagine stepping outside your house and seeing a Glyptodon waddling down the street. Think of it as a prehistoric armored Volkswagen Beetle. Harmless maybe, inconvenient definitely. Parking lots? Forget it. These guys were 2 tons each, covered in bone-plated armor, and slow as molasses. Crossing the road would take them a solid 5 minutes. Good luck beating rush hour. Now picture ground sloths, giant ones, the size of elephants. Friendly herbivores, but with claws the length of steak knives. Grocery stores would need reinforced ceilings just to stop them from ripping down bananas. And then we have woolly mammoths, basically hairy bulldozers. Road construction delays would look like child's play compared to traffic jams caused by migrating herds. Your GPS would say, recalculating, detour around 15 mammoths blocking Interstate 95. Love a summer beach day? Yeah, not anymore, because lurking offshore is Megalodon. This thing wasn't just a shark, it was a nightmare with fins. Up to 60 feet long, weighing 50 tons, with teeth the size of your hand. Surfing, cancelled. Scuba diving, forget it. Even container ships would look like floating snacks. Imagine the Coast Guard issuing daily warnings. All beaches closed due to Megalodon activity. Stay indoors, preferably on a mountain. And it wasn't just Megalodon, giant sea scorpions. As long as your couch would make wading in shallow water a horror show. Mosasaurs would dominate oceans like oversized crocodiles with flippers. Cruises, not a chance. Jet skis, you'd last about 3 seconds before becoming lunch. If these creatures were still around, humanity's relationship with the ocean would look very different. Seafood menus, extinct. Swimming lessons, cancelled, and surfing competitions. A guaranteed way to meet your maker. As if land and sea weren't terrifying enough, let's look to the skies. Ever get annoyed at pigeons? Now imagine Argentavis, a bird with a wingspan bigger than a small plane. This bird didn't just soar, it owned the skies. Your morning jog in the park could end with a giant shadow sweeping overhead, and boom, your dog, gone. And if Argentavis wasn't bad enough, remember Quetzalcoatlus, one of the largest flying creatures ever. 40-foot wingspan, taller than a giraffe. If those guys were still around, you'd need anti-pterosaur glass on skyscrapers. Airports would be chaos. Forget bird strikes, try pterosaur collisions. And let's not forget the terror birds. Yes, that's what scientists actually call them. Flightless, 7-foot-tall predators with hooked beaks designed to crush bones. A casual morning jog? Nope, that's a chase scene. So, how would we survive in a world still ruled by these beasts? Cities would need walls higher than medieval castles. Forget drones, every delivery would come in armored vehicles. Public transportation. Reinforced buses with spiked roofs to keep pterosaurs from perching. Fishing industries, non-existent. Instead of boats, people would live on floating fortresses, protected by steel nets. National parks, you'd need armored safari trucks to visit. Warning, Glyptodon crossing signs would be a real thing. Emergency broadcasts wouldn't TB for storms, ADB for Megalodon sightings off the coast or Argentavis swarms heading inland. And imagine the Olympics. Forget 100-meter sprints, try the Escape the Terror bird event. Swimming races, more like survival tests against giant marine reptiles. Extreme sports. Everything would be extreme by default, but it wouldn't all be doom and gloom. Imagine mammoths restoring frozen tundras, or giant sloths trimming forests naturally. Glyptodons would be the ultimate eco-friendly lawnmowers. And let's be honest, tourism would boom. Who wouldn't want to see a real Megalodon breach, or a Quetzalcoatlus glide over a canyon? Humanity would adapt, build, and innovate because that's what we do. So yes, your commute might be slower, your beach trips cancelled, and your morning jog more like a sprint for your life. But one thing's for sure, if these incredible creatures were still here, our world would be unrecognizable, terrifying, yes, beautiful, absolutely, and endlessly fascinating. If this alternate reality made you laugh, cringe, or rethink the world, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with a friend who thinks they're brave. And tell us in the comments which prehistoric beast would you least want to run into. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and always keep one eye on the skies.